Hello. Drama, sensuality, giving the audience what they want. What is that? I don't know. Welcome to Tea with Mags. It's peppermint today because it's cold outside and rainy and it's perfect. I'm also on medication that I really shouldn't take caffeine with. What medication? That's what this video's about. Ambien is it's just so awesome. I love Ambien. Let me back up a little bit. I don't sleep. Like, I've come to a point in my life where I am either completely knocked out asleep, dead tired, or I am not sleeping at all. And right now I am in a phase of just not sleeping. I cannot stop thinking about the things that could potentially happen. What if there's somebody who breaks into my house and I'm asleep, or I'm in my underwear? What if an asteroid hits and I'm in my underwear? What if there's an earthquake and I'm in my underwear? What if Donald Trump does something stupid and I'm not awake to be mad? It's a problem that Ambien fixes. Now, some of you might be coming to this video new to Ambien. You've just gotten a prescription. It also might be called zolpidem tartrate. And you're concerned that this medication, how's it going to affect you and all this stuff. I am here to tell you all about how Ambien affects me and affects a lot of people. It's my good deed for the day. Ambien is just this magical medication because you're laying there in bed thinking, I just don't have enough money. There's no way for me to get enough money and I'm just gonna be poor for the rest of my life and I'm not gonna be able to pay the bills and people from the student loan company are gonna come and cut my hair off and throw me in jail just like that lady from V for Vendetta, and we're killing the polar bears because of climate change and Donald Trump doesn't care. You know what? I'm sure it's fine. And that's it. You just drift off into peaceful sleep. And the best thing that I enjoy about Ambien is when I wake up, I'm not groggy. I just simply am no longer sleeping. But I must admit, there are some drawbacks to Ambien. There's kind of a lot of drawbacks to Ambien. There's lots of problems with Ambien, and I'm here to tell you about them. Probably the most alarming one, that is the one that caught my attention. The thing that I was like, excuse me, what? Was told to me by a friend, and don't quote me on this, but he was a chemist at the time. Now he makes video games, but he was a chemist, so there's some smarts there behind this thing that I am just about to tell you. I have heard from extremely credible sources that if you give Ambien I can't say it. Intravenously to someone in a coma, they will wake up. That person will be awake from their coma in whatever state that their brain is in currently, for as long as the Ambien is in their system. And once the Ambien is gone from their system, they will go back into the coma, which I suppose is good if you're... No, it's just heartbreaking. Oh my God. No, I mean, it is good. It's good because people can be like, I need you to do this with my last will and testament, or take care of this, or do that, or this is what happened. This is how I got thrown out of this window, or something like that. But oh my God, the medication that I take to sleep also will wake someone up from a coma. That seems a little intense. I don't know how credible. No, he was a chemist. It's true. Now, outside of the scary coma awakening thing, there are some very legitimate things that pertain to you. Since you're watching this, you're probably not in a coma. I hope. One of the biggest problems with Ambien is that when you take it, you really, really need to go to sleep within the next 20 minutes. You really shouldn't stay up, because if you do stay up, you can get really stupid. There have been reports of people doing things like walking around and sleepwalking, and even sleep driving, which is terrifying. You know when you get inebriated in some way, like if you're really, really drunk or you're really, really high, and you think something is just hilarious and funny, and then later on when you sober up, you're like, that's stupid and that wasn't funny. It's like that. I've tried a lot of different sleep medications. A lot. So many. I think I might actually do a series on all the different sleep medications that I've taken in my whole life, because it's a doozy. But if I don't go to sleep, if I stay up because I'm like, oh, I really should do this, or I'm gonna read a book or something like that, things start to happen on Ambien that are not preferable. gotten reports from my boyfriend that I can say some weird things, which is not really unusual even if I'm awake. I've also made grocery lists and then written strange messages to myself on them. For example, I had, I think, canola oil on one of my recent grocery lists, and in my head, I had this sort of bubble of a thought. I was like, is canola oil that one of those ones that has the like partially hydrogenated fats in them that are really bad for you and I shouldn't eat? I should look into that. Oh, I should look into that. And then Ambien Maggie decided that the best way to remind myself to check the back of the bottle was to write, "Traitor fats reveal your secrets." Good job, Ambien Maggie. You really made your mark. However, some things were not nearly as funny. I did have a really wonderful sketch that I had worked on my sketchbook for a long time, and I was really proud of it. And then Ambien Maggie went in and had a profound experience, like, wow, I have this amazing idea and I'm gonna work on this and I'm going to make it better. And I totally ruined my sketch because Ambien Maggie was having a profound experience. I wasn't having a profound experience, by the way. I was just not asleep when I should have been. When I was first introduced to Ambien by my doctor, I was warned that sometimes what teens will do is that they'll get Ambien prescriptions and then take a bunch of it and then stay up to get high. And I can't express to you enough how much of a bad idea that is, because your judgment functions clearly are just so impaired by this medication. You really just need to go to sleep. You do not need to be joking around with your friends. You do not need to be wandering around. God, do not go outside. Because ultimately, the big thing that Ambien does when you should be asleep but you're not is it makes you act really stupid. And the best thing you should be doing when you're being all stupid is being asleep. Can't do much stupid to yourself in your sleep. I mean, I could probably manage it, but... And finally, the biggest drawback to Ambien is that it doesn't work forever and is really not a sustainable way to help you sleep at night. This is hilarious. Like, doctors and pharmacists, they're like, oh, it's great for short-term insomnia. Great for short-term. Who has short-term insomnia? You either have it for your whole life or you don't. You have 2 weeks. Who? Just a tiny bit of insomnia. I have insomnia. I've had insomnia since I was like 15. The thing about it is that you can build up a tolerance to Ambien really quick. Some people are lucky and they go years, 1, 2, 3 years on Ambien and they're okay. But that was not my experience. Like, within 2 weeks, I had already built up a tolerance and it had stopped working. Generally, on average, I've heard on forums, again, I'm not a doctor or a pharmacist, you should really talk to your doctor or pharmacist, but this is my uneducated guess, because guess what? I read it on a forum, it's true. You can take Ambien about 20 times before it just stops working. I read it on a forum, it's true. So the best way to combat that is not to take Ambien all the time. You can go on medication vacations. Doesn't that sound fun? You just don't sleep through your whole vacation. This is great, you get so much done. But for real, there's lots of techniques and things that you can do to help you sleep when you go off medication. And I'll make a video about that also. Non-medication ways to help you sleep, all that stuff. I know all the tricks. That's it for Tea with Mags. If you've had experiences with Ambien, especially perhaps comical or crazy experiences, please leave them in the comments and let people know about the serious and sometimes comical nature of Ambien. Don't take it to get high, kids, because you'll act like an idiot and get attacked by clowns outside, because that's where clowns live, in the woods behind your house. This has been productive. Okay, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and you can go to my Patreon if you like this, and all that stuff, and I will see you all next episode. Bye!